Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I said, I rise in support of this budget. I just want to dispel the notion about these cuts we keep hearing back and forth that my good friend from Allegheny County put forth a few minutes ago. I want to give you some figures from West Jefferson Hills School District. 2008-2009, state fund basic education, $5.1 billion. Rendell's last 2 years cut it to $4.8 billion and added $647 million in stimulus money. His last year cut it again to $4.6 billion and added $1 billion in stimulus money. The first year of this administration took it up from 4.6 to 5.1 billion. Last year level funded it. Of course, that's never enough because government employee salaries, pensions, and benefits keep rising. So even though we level fund something, it won't be enough. This year, we're going to raise it to 5.3 billion, and in that district, $5.3 million, which is an increase of $150-some thousand. And that doesn't even count the pension increase. In the last two years of the Rendell administration to that school district, it was a paltry pension contribution of $367,000. This year, it'll be $1.16 million. And that's part of the cost of putting a teacher in a classroom. I want to use this analogy when we're talking about school districts and these cuts. I want to use an analogy of a person that has two jobs. He works at McDonald's, let's say, for $100 a week, and he works at Burger King for $50 a week. And the next month, Burger King says, oh, I'm sorry, we can't use you anymore. That source of income is gone. But I give him a raise. I give him a $10 raise. So he's working at McDonald's for $110 a week, but he lost his job at Burger King. And he comes to the manager at McDonald's. He says, you cut my pay. Why'd you cut my pay? I said, I didn't cut your pay. I gave you a raise. You're making $110. I was making $150 a week. Now I'm only making $110. You cut my pay. So no, I gave you a raise. That's the fool's argument that they keep making with the disappearance of the stimulus money. State funding, we've spent more money, state funding on education than we've ever spent in the history since William Penn was the governor of this place. But it's never going to be enough because wages, benefits, and pension costs are going to keep going up. See, we have a problem, Mr. Speaker, where government employees think that they're entitled to an automatic increases, even when the taxpayers paying those bills have lost wages. They believe that somehow their wants constitute a claim on the earnings of others. I've said it before in this house. I'll say it again today. No man's entitled to the fruits of another man's labor. It belongs in the pockets of the people that earn it. And they're struggling right now. They're struggling to pay these bills. This is a very responsible budget. And I said it, I'll say it again. Those of you that are hesitating to vote for this budget, just remember, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. Vote yes on this budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair, thanks, gentlemen. Recognizes